So, how y'all doing? It is Sunday. Well, actually, I'm recording this before Sunday, but so what? This is a Sunday video. It's your girl, Spiritual Tiik. If you've been following me along, you know I've been doing YouTube long forms because I was challenged by an individual to start doing long form. And then somewhere along the line, I just started enjoying it. If you don't know who I am, click the link in my bio, find out more about me. But in short, I'm a holistic practitioner, energy healer, overall global impact creator. I speak, I do sound, I do Reiki, I do this, I do that. I'm a soul sister, I'm all of the above. Sugar dumpling, but I'm here. And today I just asked one of my beautiful soul ambassadors, I said, hey, give me a topic. And she goes, you know what, children. I was like, children? So you know what, it is what it is. We're gonna talk about your inner child. Your inner child. Your inner child. Your inner child. Woo! That inner child that you adult has been neglecting. Tiik, did you slap me? I did. Because we neglect our inner child, okay? We often neglect our inner child because we be set in our adult ways. Leave a message and then pick up the phone. Yes, I'm talking to all you beautiful souls that know what I'm talking about. You be so busy adulting that you forget that your inner child needs feeding, needs to be played with, needs to be loved on, needs to be acknowledged for who they are. Because if we always talk about energy, well, I always talk about energy, and I say energy is everything and everything is energy. Every version of you, go back to your childhood, has a memory, has an experience, have a learned behavior. These learned behaviors, sugar dumpling, made you who you are as that big old grown adult that think you know everything, masking. Whoop. I just did, okay, that was such a stereotype to do, a big old strong man, but I'm a little bitty woman, but you know what I mean. Being super masculine and aligning yourself to a truth that's not really yours. Am I really going there? You know it's unfiltered, it's authentic, that's how I roll, okay? But it is the truth, sugar dumpling. You are adulting, masking who you really are, because many of you have left your true self way back down there, way down under, right? And you know what, it really interests me because then when you start adulting, you say, that's childish. Not all of you, but definitely I've heard a few people say, I don't do that. That's child, it's so immature. Well, what's immature? How you gonna tell somebody that's 80 that's out there dropping it low and cutting the rug that they can't drop it low and cut a rug and look good in their clothes if they got a nice body and they wanna look good? Mind your business and be in your own lane, because they live in their truth and they living in their full power and letting their inner child soar. They live in life. And essentially when I'm talking about the inner child, I'm talking about you living life. Going back now to you neglecting your inner child. Not all of you, but most of you, right? Because in some way, form, or fashion, you are neglecting your inner child, especially if you are living this adulting life that's super rigid and you're not taking the self-care and feeding back into yourself. You're not looking at the things that your inner child needed and you're going, I'm too old for that now. Time has passed. Your time has passed, but the energy has not. It's stored somewhere in your body. That's why I have a job. Spiritual Tiik, I help move energy. Some people run from me because they ain't ready to deal with their trauma, but some people run towards me because they're ready to let it go. And the thing is, it always comes back to that one simple thing. The inner child. And everything that happened to your inner child, okay? And sugar dumplings, this is real. This is real. Last night I was at dinner with another one of my beautiful soul ambassadors, and this gorgeous soul, he was 20 years old. I said I could be your mama. He was like, oh my God, wow. Like, click. Well, why am I telling you the story? I'm telling you the story because he was attracted to the energy. We ended up having a conversation and he said something that blew my mind, but I wasn't unfamiliar to it. And what he said is that his daddy told him he was too ambitious. Now, sugar dumplings. I said, your daddy said what? And then I did the ultimate thing, and sorry, if he ever see this or his daddy see it, sorry, not sorry, because I'm not apologizing for what I told your child. And what I told your child is that you are projecting your own fears and belief onto your child. How do you tell your child that they're too ambitious? See, here's the thing about limiting beliefs and how trauma gets stuck in the body, because I've been doing this for too long, y'all, is when you was a kid and somebody told you that you couldn't, or told you that you shouldn't, or told you you was too this or too that. What happened is they began to suppress your inner child. They begin to suppress your growth. They begin to support you to create limiting belief systems that keep you from living your truth. So telling your child that you're too ambitious is making them settle for less than their greatness. would you want to do that as a parent? But some of you guys do it all the time as a parent. And no, I didn't start this video to try to give the parents a whooping. But what I want to say to you is that you as an adult now, the version of you as this adult, right, adulting, you have been created by everything that you have learned. And for those of you that's taken time to unlearn that, you are living a different type of life, a life that's full of balance. But a lot of people are still living a very mass life, not authentic and not speaking truth. I know, because I wouldn't have a job. You understand? So what am I saying to you? I'm saying be careful of your words, especially when you're speaking to your children, okay? Because you were once a child, adult. And I want you to think about all the things that was said to you. And like that beautiful soul that told me that that's what their father said. And then I said what I said. Right after that, I said, let me tell you something. And then I said a little powering words into him. And he was like, that's right. I'm never going to forget that. I said, you better not. And when you succeed, I want you to find me. And we exchange socials. Because I don't care if it's today, tomorrow, next year, in 10 years. I want to hear from that young man. You know why? Because what his father did, someone that he loves and cares about, to say that he wasn't ambitious, that young man was still very much so resilient, because he was like, I'm gonna do it anyway. I was like, that's right, and I became his biggest hype woman, okay? And here's the thing, I wanna be your biggest hype woman, because what I was confirming for him is that you can and you will. And just because someone in your family don't understand the greatness that's within you, or your closest friends and the people that love you, don't mean that you should stop being great, sugar dumpling. That's what the message is. I'm getting super excited. I'm going to jump around. Because your light should not be dimmed for nobody. Nobody. Let it land again. I said your light should not be dimmed for nobody. I want you to live your truth. I want you to live your greatness. I want you to nurture your inner child. I want you to be the amazing star, as my mom called my brother. You my star that you are. You got to be that star for yourself, okay? Because if you don't power up your truth for you, power up your inner child, remind your inner child, hey, I love you. Hey, you can. Hey, you gonna still do it. Like that young man I was just telling you all about. And then I just hyped him up a little bit more, a stranger but not. So I was his spiritual soul sister in that minute, encouraging him, reminding him from a higher frequency in person that he can do it. So those of you that are watching this video that it's landed into your lap, I'm pouring this into you too. I'm talking to your inner child. I'm saying, it's okay, boo. It's your time to shine. It's your time to elevate. It's your time to get hype. It's your time to get hype. It's your time to shine. It's your time to get hype. It's your time to shine. So you better get out there, make no apologies, and live your truth. Hug on your inner child and say, I love you, boo. I'm out before I get kicked out of this building because it's almost 10 o'clock. Love y'all. Asheo.